It's nice to be back up in Houghton. I enjoyed that Tech and Northern series last weekend, so this is actually my first trip of the year. I'll head to Marquette tonight after the game and go to their game tomorrow night, and then off to Lake State the following weekend, and then the weekend after that I'll be headed to Bowling Green on Friday and Ferris on Saturday. So
busy.
I like to do the combined weekends when you can get to two teams that are fairly close by, so it works out well, especially before the snow flies too much.
And I think people love seeing you in the buildings too. I think you know that, and it's a special thing to have you and chance for the teams and the staffs and the administrations to show off what they have.
Yeah, exactly, and so it's nice to go around to the different buildings, see how everything is running. Went down and saw Tech's new locker room, some of the nice facelift they did there. I know Joe was real excited. And just get a chance to be in front of people face to face, whether it's the coaches or, I'll go up and sit with Suzanne this period. I know she was at soccer before. So as always, when you're an AD, there's a lot of different places you got to be at. So it's just nice to be able to get some time with her as well.
How different is this year for you now that you've got this 1 year in with the revamped CCHA?
It's a lot, I don't want to say easier is not the correct word, but you kind of know what's coming.
Yeah.
Now, a little bit of change with Dom moving on and, hiring Perry in August. So, getting him all situated and everything else. But Kevin was back and Dean's back, so we have that continuity. And, Dom did such a great job getting everything set up in year one. That's really helped as we get into year two. Yes, you want to, I want to see our teams do well. I mean, these non-conference games are important. Some people it's indistinguishable whether it's a conference or a non-conference game, but yet there is. And all you play for points within the conference, but you get in non-conference games. These games are huge for the pairwise, as we all know how important that is. But I like coming, watching the games, getting to all the different sites, and just seeing some of the changes, whether it's facilities, but the passion's still there with the fans. That's what I love. The band's playing before the game. It kind of gets you all juiced up and excited for the game. The good thing is that I don't have to break down film after the game. No, there's times I have to review a potential supplemental discipline or 5-minute majors and all that. But
Commissioner Don Lucia with us in our first intermission. The Huskies are leading 1-0 against St. Lawrence, and this is still a strange time for Division I hockey with the portal and of course the COVID thing really jamming things up with recruits. And, it's got to be tough on these coaches to try to figure out not only the immediate situation, but the 2, 3, 4 years down the road.
Well, it becomes a lot more difficult with the portal. Now, the good thing is that extra year of eligibility because of COVID is starting to wane. And I don't know if it's, 2 more years left or 1 more year. I can't keep track myself. So that'll get rid of all these fifth-year players that graduate and then move on. I guess the plus to that is whether you're Alaska Anchorage just starting a program or Lindenwood or Augustana, there's going to be some players through the portal that you're going to have access to with that fifth year that have already graduated or that end up transferring. The portal, the coaches, they benefited and then they get hurt by it, depending if, good players move on. Other players, they're able to attract some of those fifth-year guys. I know it's helped Bemidji. They've got a couple of kids that have come in and done well for them. So it's just something that I think as a coach, like any rule change, they have to get used to it. And I think they will in time. And I think the portal will probably 2 or 3 years from now become less important than maybe what it is today.
When you took over and this started this league up again, you and your administration had some things set in place that you wanted the schools to improve on, and we've been seeing that all around the league, haven't we?
I really think we have. I have 1 more year to get everything in place, but I think for the most part the schools did a lot of it in year one. And Dom did, again, and give him a lot of credit because he had that TV background, the importance of some of the things that were being done and upgrading cameras.
And I know you love coming to this building. You loved to be in here when you were coaching, and it's just one of those buildings that I think a lot of people like coming to. And we, talking to Coach Brecky too, he was excited to come here as a coach.
Exactly. After being here last year, I told Bob Motzko at Minnesota. I said, Bob, you got to bring your team up here.
Yeah.
You got all those tradition of Minnesota, Wisconsin. You try to get a home and homer with Tech because it's a great environment to play in. If Minnesota brought their team up here, it'd be a sold-out building. The flags would be waving. It's a great atmosphere to play in, and especially this time of the year, it's an easy trip, bus up. I drove up today. It's a nice, easy we used to call it a 3-movie trip. So,
That's right.
you know, I never minded the trip at all, except I learned a new way that we always used to go through Duluth all the time.
Yeah.
You know, now it's everybody says that you got to go
Wausau.
through, you know, Wausau and
Yep.
Rylander. It's a lot easier to come up that way. But, you know, they've done so much with their program and the building, and that's what I think is so impressive and what I love about college hockey and, you know, even the Division II institutions that, you know, they care. They do everything they can for the Division I hockey program as much as a Big Ten school does, and that's what's impressive to me. And that's why, you know, teams like Michigan Tech have had a lot of success.
Don, thanks for everything that you have done and that you are doing and your administration is doing, and we really appreciate it. And thanks for stopping by and chatting with us tonight.
My pleasure, and, you know, hopefully Tech can get a couple wins here this weekend.
Hope so. Thanks
Thank
a lot.
you.
Commissioner Don Lucia.